because I know you mean everything to Christ. That Christ means everything to me.
And I called on the Lord. I said, man, that Father, this is real. Will you watch over me? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under YAHANNA they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
Commanding General YAHANNA here, I.S.U.P.K, the original I.S.U.P.K, 1969, body of Christ. Here's what I want to tell you, man. Now, I want you to think about something for a minute. You've been studying the scriptures. You've been watching us on tape. You've been watching all kinds of camps on tape. And as you've been watching and studying, you realize that it's coming to the point where you got to put this into action. That you need to step out there on the street and handle that work. Now, here's what happens to a ton of brothers. A ton of brothers go out there without coming through the school and learning what they need to learn. And what happens is they run out there and then they run into problems that they don't know about. And they try to get them problems answered online and calling brothers and all that, and it creates a bunch of confusion. And in many cases, it eventually chokes the truth. It look like it ain't gonna choke it now because you feeling strong, your energy's up. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. You understand? I've been doing this 40 plus years. Okay? Ask anybody my name. It's going to all be bad, which it's supposed to be. All right? Christ said when they speak all manner of evil against you, that's when you know you're doing this work. Do yourself a favor. Come to the I.S.U.P.K first. Learn from the original school first. Even if you think it's too militant or too this, too that, don't let anything block you from getting the pure knowledge first, straight from I.S.U.P.K. I'm saying this out of love because I'm seeing too many brothers fall. They're getting up under cats, they're getting with their clique. Bring your clique here and let your clique handle I.S.U.P.K. Because here's the deal. If your clique ain't strong enough to handle I.S.U.P.K, why would you go out on the street and get swallowed up out there? And if you feel like I.S.U.P.K ain't got it all down, then you should be man enough, you and your crew, to come to us and lay down and break bread and talk about these scriptures. Ain't no harm gonna come to you. Ain't no harm come to a man that disagree with the truth. You ain't trying to harm us, we damn sure ain't trying to harm our own. So come to the I.S.U.P.K, sit down in our classes, learn from us, and then you can make your serious decision on what it is that you're supposed to be. And I guarantee you, you're gonna realize that it was much more than what you saw on that video, man. Much love to all you warriors learning, growing, and getting ready to bust out into this work. I'll see you soon. Shalom, family.
Yeah, Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Falling. To rise no more. To rise no more. I'm taking a look in the streets. It's real every day what I see. We constantly searching for peace. My people just wanna be free. We tired of the cell blocks and the bullshit. That lying nigga in the pulpit. Same shit but a different day. I speak truth, they ain't come to play. You in the way, better move, nigga. That follow no way gon' be cruel, nigga. Say you gon' get that tool, nigga. Matter of fact, get you by.
I just touched down. Finally, we here at the Nashville Cookout. all the brothers and sisters is in the building. We spread all out over this whole area. Thank the Most High, man. It's a beautiful brother and sister. Even the children here, they kicking it 100 degrees and they ain't even phasing us, man. We just getting it on, man. I wish you was here, man. I really, really do. Because this is where you really learn brotherhood and sisterhood. This is where you prove it. This is where you test it to see if it's all the way real. Okay, see y'all soon. What's going on, fam? I just touched down. Finally, we here at the Nashville Cookout. Oh,
Man, I'm Captain Cesario of I.S.U.P.K. On this planet Earth. Battle if you want. Lord be with you. Man, I'm Captain Cesario of I.S.U.P.K. On this planet Earth, the Most High set up one leader for blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians across the globe, and that's Commander YAHANNA. And he has a show every Monday. It's called Blackwatch. I call it the Black CNN. If you want to get the real news, the real understanding of the Third World War, the coming of Christ, they talking about IFOs because they're trying to prepare you to fight against Christ. So if you want to get update on the latest of how we got to prepare for the end of this world, you want to tune in to Blackwatch every Monday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. It has been my honor to be under this man for the time that I've been in. Make sure y'all tune in, like, subscribe, share, comment. So if you want to get the latest information on how to prepare for the end of this world, you want to tune in to Blackwatch every Monday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. It should all be up under this man, learning everything that we have. The water surfer, your service.
Down here, on my way down to the Blackout Cookout in Nashville. Right now, this weekend, America is going to be celebrating its 250th anniversary, which is to us 250 years of oppression. And it's insane to act and to think like we're supposed to just ignore that and then be happy and beautiful. And no, we're going to have the Blackout Cookout instead in Nashville. Hope you get to come out and check it out this weekend, where we're going to talk about the real history, like a little known fact. A lot of people say Lincoln freed the slaves. Lincoln never freed the slaves, nor did he ever mention trying to free the slave. What happened is so many slaves were trying to push themselves up north and were being stopped at the border. Lincoln's generals were saying, let's send them back. Lincoln even said, let's send them back. But it was so many of them, they couldn't send them back. So some of the more radical generals said, why the hell should we send them back? Let them go on into the north. Let them do what they needed to do to get free. You know what I mean? It's better for us. We send them back, they're going to be labor for the South. So the North let them into the country. Then it was so many of them, and the rumor went out that Lincoln had freed the slaves before he even did anything. So he was under pressure now that he had all these free slaves in the North and couldn't send them back. I'm talking tens of thousands. He just said, yo, go ahead and do it. And even later on in his writings, he said he never meant to free the slaves. It wasn't even never a part of what he was doing. But that was just a consequence of fighting the South. So black people, know your real history. You got changed because you decided to step up. That's why you got changed. You got changed because you decided, you understand, to make a difference in what it was that you were suffering in. And the same has to happen now. We got to shed all the games they putting on us and destroying us with drugs, mind control, you know, the internet, whatever it is that's pulling your spirit away. You need to get that back, man, and get us back on top. Blackout Cookout this weekend. I'm going to be in the building doing it up this weekend. Catch y'all then, y'all. Shalom. Commander General YAHANNA was rocking and rolling. It was everything. Man, we in these streets, boy. We up here in Nashville. It is live as hell, hanging with all the top guns. You see Captain Zaryak up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Everybody came out. Man, y'all need to come on through and see how it is, man. Nashville, UPK, everywhere we touch down at, man. We out in these streets, man. We just turn it all the way up. Blackwatch, as usual. Yeah, I just left Hookie's. It was rocking and rolling. It was everything. Man, we in these streets, boy. We up here in Nashville. It is live as hell, hanging with all the top guns. You see Captain Zaryak up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Everybody came out. Man, y'all need to come on through and see how it is, man. Nashville, UPK, everywhere we touch down at, man. We out in these streets, man. We just turn it all the way up. Blackwatch, as usual. Commander General YAHANNA here, I.S.U.P.K, the original I.S.U.P.K, 1969, body of Christ. Here's what I want to tell you, man. Now, I want you to think about something for a minute. You've been studying the scriptures. You've been watching us on tape. You've been watching all kinds of camps on tape. And as you've been watching and studying, you realize that it's coming to the point where you got to put this into action, that you need to step out there on the street and handle that work. Now, here's what happens to a ton of brothers. A ton of brothers go out there without coming through the school and learning what they need to learn. And what happens is they run out there and then they run into problems that they don't know about. And they try to get them problems answered online and calling brothers and all that, and it creates a bunch of confusion. And in many cases, it eventually chokes the truth. It look like it ain't gonna choke it now because you feeling strong, your energy's up. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. You understand? I've been doing this 40 plus years. Okay? Ask anybody my name. It's going to all be bad, which it's supposed to be. All right? Christ said when they speak all manner of evil against you, that's when you know you're doing this work. Do yourself a favor. Come to the I.S.U.P.K first. Learn from the original school first. Even if you think it's too militant or too this, too that, don't let anything block you from getting the pure knowledge first, straight from I.S.U.P.K. I'm saying this out of love because I'm seeing too many brothers fall. They're getting up under cats, they're getting with their clique. Bring your clique here and let your clique handle I.S.U.P.K. Because here's the deal. If your clique ain't strong enough to handle I.S.U.P.K, why would you go out on the street and get swallowed up out there? And if you feel like I.S.U.P.K ain't got it all down, then you should be man enough, you and your crew, to come to us and lay down and break bread and talk about these scriptures. Ain't no harm gonna come to you. Ain't no harm come to a man that disagree with the truth. You ain't trying to harm us, we damn sure ain't trying to harm our own. So come to the I.S.U.P.K, sit down in our classes, learn from us, and then you can make your serious decision on what it is that you're supposed to be. And I guarantee you, you're going to realize that it was much more than what you saw on that video, man. Much love to all you warriors learning, growing, and getting ready to bust out into this work. I'll see you soon. Shalom, family.
Y'all, man, you took the reins of that camp out and stood in great strength in the truth. I watched that tape 100 times when them no good, low-life bastards from Atlanta, from wherever the hell them sodomites was at, and they purple came and marched down on you. You don't know. Muhammad called me every day to talk me off the ledge from not pressing the black button on their ass. I was so mad, I was angry for the disrespect that they had created. But man, you prevailed, with strength, with discipline, with following orders. You came from the dirt with it. You and all your whole Atlanta team. You was impressive, man. Atlanta camp is real strong now. And for that, we definitely want to honor you today. Yahamanna, no longer will you be known as an officer of 5,000, but I want to congratulate you for coming into the ranks of great men. Today, we're going to recognize you, honor you, and respect you as a captain of 10,000 over 5,000. Yahamanna, man, you took the reins of that camp out and stood in great strength in the truth. I watched that tape 100 times when them no good, low-life bastards from Atlanta, from wherever the hell them sodomites was at, and they purple came and marched down on You don't know. Muhammad called me every day to talk me off the ledge from not pressing the black button on their ass. I was so mad, I was angry for the disrespect that they had created. But man, you prevailed, Doc, with strength, with discipline, with following orders. You came from the dirt with it. You and all your whole Atlanta team. You was impressive, man. Atlanta camp is real strong now. And for that, we definitely want to honor you today. Yaremaya, no longer will you be known as an officer of 5,000, but I want to congratulate you for coming into the ranks of great men. Today, we're going to recognize you, honor you, and respect you as a captain of 10,000.
I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga.
I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a...
Everybody, this is Captain Marquardt at the I.S.U.P.K. I wanted to show you something real fast. We out here in Cleveland, Ohio. If you take a look up at these statues right here, this is a statue from the Civil War. And as you can see, some of the soldiers, white soldiers, they standing there looking like they're holding up the bear, right? But they see the black man with no shirt off, and he's holding up a stick as well. As that black people fought in so many wars in America, time after time and after time, and we reaped none of the benefits. So this statue right here is something that we need to take a look at and examine. And if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child, join us July 30th to August 2nd. We're in Cleveland, Ohio right now. Whatever city you in the Midwest, especially outside of the Midwest, it don't even matter. Come to the Midwest 5 weekend under command of Johnny Hunter. You see these strong brothers I got standing with me, man. These brothers right here are priests of the Lord. We're going to be doing it live Midwest 5 weekend, July 30th to August 2nd. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, come and join us. It's going down. We got 4 days of just absolute amazing activities. We got General Hyman teaching class Thursday night. We got Johnny Hunter doing a lecture. We having a cookout and many more other activities as well. Get the information. Come join us Midwest 5 weekend, Chicago, Illinois, under command of Johnny Hunter. Man, let's fix this situation right here. Even though we never received none of the benefits from helping America, that now's the time to help ourselves. You heard of the verdict. The brother just got 35 years. You seen the other verdict where the brother went in the store and got executed. You seen what happened with that. We never received justice in America. We never got credit for helping build America. The Lord wants us to love us. And that's what we're going to have to do. Come join us Midwest 5 weekend, man. Take another look at that, man. Y'all make sure y'all come get down with the I.S.U.P.K. It's going down. Shalom. Hey, shalom, everybody. This is Captain Marquardt at the I.S.U.P.K. I wanted to show you.
mean everything you need because I know you mean everything to Christ. That Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, man, that Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under your house shine, they ought to love one another. And they doing it.
In my belief, no, I don't think he deserved 35 years. I think it could have been something more that they could have done to serve justice on both sides for both families, but not 35 years on his first offense.
Do you believe that Rick Child should have gotten off with self-defense?
No, sir. Somebody in the back, and you can tell me it's self-defense because they're running away, so they're no longer a threat to you.
If Rick Child gotten off with self-defense, shouldn't Carmelo Anthony too?
Hey, if we can do the law for one, we got to do it for all if it's an equal justice system. So yes, hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. That's what I was always taught.
Okay, all right. Did Carmelo Anthony deserve 35 years?
In my belief, no, I don't think he deserved 35 years. I think it could have been something more that they could have done to serve justice on both sides for both families, but not 35 years on his first offense.
Do you believe that Rick Child should have gotten off with self-defense?
No, sir. There's no way that you shoot somebody in the back and you can tell me it's self-defense because they're running away, so they're no longer a threat to you.
If Rick Child gotten off with self-defense, shouldn't Carmelo Anthony too?
Hey, if we can do the law for one, we got to do it for all if it's an equal justice system. So yes, hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. That's what I was always taught.
Okay, all right. Did Carmelo Anthony deserve 35 years?
In my belief, no, I don't think he deserved 35 years. I think it could have been something more that they could have done to serve justice on both sides for both families, but not 35 years on his first offense.
Do you believe that Rick Child should have gotten off with self-defense?
No, sir. There's no way that you shoot somebody in the back and you can tell me it's self-defense because they're running away, so they're no longer a threat to you.
If Rick Child gotten off with self-defense, shouldn't Carmelo Anthony too?
Hey, if we can do the law for one, we got to do it for all if it's an equal justice system. So yes, hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. That's what I was always taught.
Okay, all right. Did Carmelo Anthony deserve 35 years?
In my belief, no, I don't think he deserved 35 years. I think it could have been something more that they could have done to serve justice on both sides for both families, but not 35 years on his first offense.
Do you believe that Rick Child should have gotten off with self-defense?
No, sir. There's no way that you shoot somebody in the back and you can tell me it's self-defense because they're running away, so they're no longer a threat to you.
If Rick Child gotten off with self-defense, shouldn't Carmelo Anthony too?
Hey, if we can do the law for one, we got to do it for all if it's an equal justice system. So yes, hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. That's what I was always taught.
Okay, all right.
that Carmelo Anthony deserved 35 years?
In my belief, no, I don't think he deserved 35 years. I think it could have been something more that they could have done to serve justice on both sides for both families, but not 35 years on his first offense.
Do you believe
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
I ain't getting no sound. No sound. No sound. Can't hear. No sound.
Nashville. Should be good. How about now, Maya?
Good to go. Come.
Excellent. We can hear you as well. Come. So Nashville. Wonderful, wonderful weekend down in Nashville, man. Anti-4th of July cookout, the blackout cookout. We blacked out 4th of July and brought in brotherhood and righteousness, man. We're going to give a big shout out to the shock. Just got raised up. You understand? Oh, let me just bring out, I got the heavy hitters in here with me. General Micah Allah, please give it up. General Hazai Young, please give it up. General Muhammad will be up in here shortly. You know what I'm saying? That might be him now. Yeah, Officer Nashak was raised to a captain. He's now Captain Nashak of Nashville. He's been throwing down in Nashville for probably the last 5 or 6 years, humbly working hard, building up the school, doing the work that's necessary to get it all done. And Most High in Christ, they done become successful with it. You know what I'm saying? Also, who else we had? Yaramaya also did the same in Atlanta, was given the reins in Atlanta even before he became a captain. Give it up for him. Grinded it out. You understand? Worked with the Atlanta team, built their school up, got them strong, you know what I mean, through their rocky periods. And he just finally got his captainhood as well. Big congratulations to him. I got my eye on a couple of cats the brother's been recommending as well. But for now, congratulations to these two brothers, man, for the work that they've done. And all the brothers, man, pushing forward, pushing hard, pushing strong in the work of the Lord. There he is. In the building. General Hyman in the building, y'all. All right. Getting it in. Fighting them damn airlines. Give it up for General Hyman up in the building. So we got a lot going on. I'm gonna run through these stories because we got a lot going on at one time. Let's don't make new ground tonight, y'all. Let's just stick to what we know, and let's keep on getting this thing rocking and rolling. Could we go on from here? I sent a story over to Yadiah. If we could jump into that story, man, and get into it, because what's going on in Cuba, and I think you got film footage. Am I lying? You do. Most High in Christ. Cuba is in hell right now. We ain't gonna forget our tribes. All 12, man, matter to Yahawashi, they matter to us. And the so-called Cubans, you know, man, are in hell right now. Okay? And should not be. But they are. Is that it right there? Yes, sir. Let's take a look at this tape right quick. This is they gloating at the suffering that they bringing down on the Lord's chosen people.
People on the island are without power. This happens as fuel reserves dwindle and the nation's electric grid continues to just crumble. The Cuba's Ministry of Energy and Mines says protocols have been activated to restore electricity. The government has rationed power with intentional outages before. They often last more than 24 hours, but this was not a controlled outage. The cause of the blackout remains under investigation. Meanwhile, the grandson of former Cuban leader Raul Castro says he is open to negotiating with the U.S. This, according to an interview published by USA Today. He also says Cuba is willing to release people deemed political prisoners under the right conditions. And we are learning that tourism in Cuba is suffering greatly amid tougher U.S. sanctions, fuel shortages, and the island's deepening economic crisis. Hotels, restaurants, and historic sites that once drew crowds are now sitting largely empty. Government figures show about 300,000 tourists visited Cuba the first 5 months of this year. That's down nearly 60% from the same period last year.
Amazing. That's it there? That's them driving through the street. I can go ahead. Now, is there a written story with it as well?
Khan, sir. Cuba plunges into third major blackout this year as power crisis worsens.
Go ahead.
Khan, Cuba's aging electrical infrastructure suffered another major breakdown, leaving roughly 10 million people without power.
10 million people without power. That is so dangerous. In that kind of heat, that is so dangerous. No air conditioner. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? No refrigeration of the food. No sanitary conditions, because once the power goes out, a lot of times the sewage goes out because they work off of power as well. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. An island-wide blackout plunged Cuba into darkness as the country's deepening energy crisis continues to strain its fragile power system.
Right, which means you can't keep no food, you can't save no food. You understand? Allure Nothing Music says these Miami Cubans who identify as white are pushing this agenda, and I hate it. You know, they've been trying to get, they the ones that started pushing for the Bay of Pigs attack. The minute Castro got in and threw all of those greedy thieves, I'm not saying these particular ones are, But it was a bunch of greedy thieves under Batista. And Batista had pretty much sold the whole country over to the mob via, or AKA, the CIA. They were going to set up casinos, whorehouses, all the lasciviousness of evil, and go ahead and just vanquish the country and turn the country into their little playground right off the coast of the U.S. The CIA loved the idea because it was right there, 90 miles off the coast with their own government and their own independence. When that thing fell, that's when they decided they was going to get that bomb over to Israel and empower Israel with the same ability, man. And that's exactly why you have what you have today. The Lord blocked them. The Lord gave Castro the power to overthrow the United States invasion because the Lord did not want them to set up the CIA in Cuba. The Lord wanted them to set up the CIA right where he wanted them to bring in the Third World War. Why? Because he prophesied it. So he had them go set it up over there in Israel. And sure enough, here we are 60, 70 years later, preparing ourselves for what's getting ready to look like a full out World War battle. You know what I mean? So he has a good, you got a good point. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Calvin is saying Marco Rubio is guilty as charged as well. Saying they say, some people be saying Marco Rubio, brother, is up in that damn White House running that thing like Nino Brown. It said Marco Rubio, boy, he the one got rid of Elon Musk. Right. Elon Musk was up in there doing whatever he wanted. He went and said some old insulting shit to Marco Rubio. Mm-hmm. Marco Rubio turned to him like, your days is numbered. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, Elon Musk got caught with the cocaine. He had the full set. Who knows if he even was sniffing the coke? You messing with Marco Rubio. Like some of them gangsters have been running gangster operations out of the U.S. for decades. And they don't have no problem enslaving their own, man. I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but I'm saying that's, you know what I'm saying, what's been said quite often. All right. Tribe of I.S.U.P.K said formal government-to-government negotiations are currently at a standstill, with Cuba accusing the U.S. of attempting to cause social explosion through asphyxiation. That's a good point. Yeah. Starve the country, you know what I'm saying, and make the people rise up against their own very government. Same thing they tried to do in Iran, but it didn't work. People are getting hip. The internet has made people a lot swifter than they were in the past, right or wrong. And as a result, they don't go for things quite often. Y'all want to jump in anytime?
If I could, sir. If I could, sir. And now you know why the Christian church does not read the book of Revelations. Because in the book of Revelations, the Bible says that none shall buy or sell, saving they have the mark of the beast. This is what it's talking about. And think about
developing now.
In that story we just read, sir, after they commented on how the electrical grid is down, on how now everything in the country is failing, then the current president is saying he's willing to negotiate with the U.S. He's willing to discuss releasing a prisoner from the U.S. because the brother in charge of the country knows why his grid is down.
Right.
He knows why there's no electricity. He knows he's going to have to make peace with America,
right,
or else he's not going to be able to have tourism in his country. He's not going to have electricity. Restaurants can't open. Businesses can't open. That's him taking on the mark of the beast, or at least being coerced to take on the mark of the beast if he wants commerce, if he wants to have money, if he wants to have a business. It's happening right now in front of your face. And the Israelite School of UPK under Commanding General YAHANNA has been teaching this as far as I've ever heard of it. Back in the damn 90s, I heard it in 95, this exact same breakdown, that it was about commerce. That there was a time coming you were not going to be able to do commerce in your country unless you took on the philosophy of America through capitalism, Christianity, or democracy.
Yep.
I learned that when I was a goddamn kid, and now here we are right now, and it's happening to Cuba. And Cuba better take a goddamn lesson if I could, sir. And that Cuba, now they're going to have to make a decision on whether or not they actually believe in God or they believe in America. Like so many Christian countries are going to Christian countries that thought they were Christian enough to be allies with America. There's a ton of those out there. Cuba is one of the main ones. You're going to see France, another one that thought they were allies enough, thought they were Catholic enough, Christian enough to be Canada.
To be loved.
To be loved. Thought that they were close enough to allies, went to enough church, believed in democracy enough, had trade agreements with America enough to protect them from being attacked by America.
Right.
And they're going to find out that it wasn't enough. It was just never enough. Canada is seeing that right now.
Yep.
Canada's like, God damn, how close do we have to be with America?
Right.
We're right here. We're
Right.
with you all the damn time.
We right on your border.
And there's still, what's the other country that they're trying to take Greenland from?
Denmark.
I know Denmark thought, surely we are allies with America. Not enough.
Yep.
Clearly not enough.
Yep.
None shall buy or sell, saving he has the mark of the beast. And now Cuba is going to have to really, really ask themselves, do we believe in God? Like, that's where this thing is going with America. Well, you're going to have to say, well, hell, let's just let them attack us. Let's let them do whatever they want to do with us because we need tourism money because we don't have electricity. Or they'll have to do what some of these Arab countries did, which shamed all you Christians. The Arab countries worship a rock and camels, and they just said no. Like Afghanistan just said, we don't have food, so what? That's just that. And they just stuck to their integrity. They just held on and held on with camels, not with jets. You got damn Iran fighting to get a nuclear weapon because you damn sure you think you need one, or else you're going to lose your country. Those Muslim countries, brother, had what? A cave? Had nothing. But they believed in that God it is.
Yeah.
That thing there get you through hard times, huh? Please, go ahead.
You know, they had all them cats in Guantanamo Bay. And the ones that had in Guantanamo Bay right now are in Afghanistan.
What I don't get is, okay, what if the Cubans said to themselves, we've been battling this country since the Kennedys, right? What if we just decide, do we really love Jesus? Like, do we believe in this or not? Because if you don't believe in it, then you better give those prisoners back and become America. You better come Florida south. You better just become Florida and do whatever you have to do and put a vacation spot down there and go to kiss Donald Trump's feet. Or else you'll have to say, do we believe in something greater than man? And these countries of this world are going to be put to that test. And Cuba is first, but you're going to see a ton of them that you wouldn't think would have to go, well, damn, we can't beat America. I mean, do we believe?
Right.
Do we believe in Jesus Cristo or some Jesus or some Buddha or
Catholic
something? Do we believe in the Catholicism? Because if not, none shall buy or sell.
That's right.
So
Can I get a scripture, sir?
Please get into it.
Is Jediah there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he right here. He right here.
Revelation 18:3, real quick.
Khan, sir.
Talking about everything you just brought up, Muhammad. Just one of many scriptures about it. And it's ridiculous how, like you said, man, we been taught these things since the 90s, General. Commander General Yohanna done taught us. And boy, I was talking to Howard about this in Tennessee. Like for us to be saying these things for so long and be hated because of it and be called names because of it, and now everybody living it. It's like, damn, I told you so. That's your flesh want to say, I told you, bastards. Y'all ain't listen. But, you know what I'm saying? It's happening, and we happy it's happening, happy to see it. And now, it's a good excuse for people to wake the hell up. A lot of them still rebelling. A lot of them still talking mess because they selfish. But it's time for people now who was on the ledge, on the border, not knowing which way to go. You see everything Commander General has been teaching you since 1969, since, you know what I'm saying, it's coming to pass now. We live in these prophecies. Slaki, Yediah?
Khan, sir. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3. For all nations.
Read that again.
For all nations.
I just wanted to stress all nations, like every country gonna be tested. Every kingdom gonna be tested. America gonna try to bully everybody. Ain't nobody safe. Who would have thought Greenland was something to even think about? Trump does. He thinks about it. You know what I'm saying? Little Denmark, he thinks about it. He thinks about little tiny countries. Canada, been America's neighbor for so long. They're like, well, damn, why you want to mess with us? But every kingdom and nation and country gonna be tested. Go ahead.
Khan. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All the evil, all the things America pushes everybody to get the money they want. They're gonna have to comply. They're gonna have to acquiesce to America's demands and what they want. Go ahead. Hell, you ain't even safe if you in the World Cup and you have an accident and run into somebody. Trump gonna get involved. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get involved with that. I think that call the ref called was wrong. Hey, just think about it, man. Just review it and think about it and get back to me. Of course, he gonna change the call. What do you think? He gonna defy this demon that's running the country? Hell no. All nations have drunk of the wrath and the fornication, the wrath of her fornication. Go ahead.
Khan. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
The kings of the earth and all the rulers and presidents and all the ones that's running these countries, they're gonna have a chance to choose. Either I'm gonna stand with this Jesus who I claim I love, like Muhammad brought out, or I'm gonna go ahead and do what America says. I'm a yield to Trump and to get this money and to build my country up because they bullying me. They cutting me at the neck. You understand? So I got to get this flowing again for my people. So I'm going to go ahead and submit to them. They all done committed fornication with her. Go ahead.
Khan. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
So if you're willing to get down with America's abominations and their evil and their hatred of black and brown people and their injustice system, if you're able to live with it and get down with it, you see your people getting shot down by white citizens, white government, white police, Asians, the normal everyday Asian ready to shoot you in the face. Arabs ready to bully you because they see you the only ones that they allowed to bully and take the life of. You the only ones that they could shoot in the middle of the street in broad daylight and get away with it. You the only ones they can chase. They can chase and shoot you in the back while you're running away, and they call it stand your ground. They call it self-defense. You the only one. Meanwhile, some devil was circling some sister around a car at a parking lot, and she ended up shooting him because he kept following her. She showed him the gun and walked away, and he kept following her. Then he ran up on her, and she shot him, and he died. She and her lawyers tried to go in court and say that was stand your ground, self-defense. And the judge said, no, we ain't letting that ride in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't the same for us. It ain't the same for us. But these other countries, all they got to do is get down. All they got to do is kiss the ring. They saying it on the news. You kiss Donald Trump's ring. If you kiss Donald Trump's ring, you're all right. You understand? So, and that's heavy, General, how you brought out. That's always been the way we taught the mark of the beast. You know, we always had to fight and argue and prove over and over. It ain't no microchip in your damn neck. Ain't gonna be no microchip in your finger that you gotta wave at the cash register.
Right.
Microchip is not the goddamn mark of the beast, man. I hear, sir.
Some dumbass decided to interject that into the Israelite world. And next thing you know, you have brothers ignorantly. That's why you shouldn't come listen to nobody but the UPK. Because them idiots turn around and start teaching that. Next thing you know, tons of brothers running around with false philosophy about a goddamn microchip. Microchips is in everything, man. They in pacemakers. They in all kind of equipment. Brain equipment. They in the cell phones. They in every damn thing you use. Hell, the light switch got a computer chip in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be like the Amish following the damn fake ass Israelite. You gonna need a horse and carrots. Where you going? I'm going to the store. Why are you taking a horse? I don't believe in taking the mark of the beast on.
Right.
There's a microchip in the car.
That's right. Right.
You know what I mean? It's a joke. And so, yeah, big shout out to Black Authentic Truth for also touching on that as well. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. So they in deep, deep darkness right now, which is also a prelude to what's getting ready to come to America. That was a good scripture too, you know what I mean? That's a prelude to what's getting ready to happen to us here. You know what I mean? In this place as well. All the tribes are going to be affected by this. A lot of Caribbean tribes cannot wait. A lot of people, islands in the Caribbean can't wait to kiss the ring and join Donald Trump in their slaughter and pillage and plundering of countries in Central and South America. They get ready to go plunge that whole area and steal every mineral they could think of out of those areas if allowed to do so. So that's what they're working on. I'm going to pivot off of that. And you die. Give me that story where that Jake was hanging out with the Medomites and now he went missing. And I think they just found him. You know, it's one of them. Let's go get that story as well. I'm going through quite a few stories, so we'll just get it on, yo.
Come on, sir. Nolan Wells' devastated mom asked for time to grieve as body found in search for special son.
Right. Let me first read this. Tribe of I.S.U.P.K came up and said, Jeremiah 15:11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grassy and bellow as bullies. And then he goes on to read into the verse. I don't have it in front of me. That was a good scripture, brother, right there. Let me say this too. We should be putting more scriptures on t-shirts. We got a lot of quotes, a lot of which is good. Ain't nothing wrong with the quotes because it's really in the right spirit. But it'd be good to get some of them scriptures on there so them Christians could have to eat it.
Right.
Because they love the singing and dancing and dressing up, but they don't like having to face them scriptures in that Bible. And they need to see them scriptures. So I'm just throwing that out there for brothers that want to join on that and start adding some of them scriptures on some of them t-shirts. Go ahead, Yediah. Tell me, let's read this story.
Come on, sir. Colonel McCon, the heartbroken mother of Mississippi football player who vanished on a local island over the 4th of July remembered her son as a special soul after a body was found following a 2-day search.
Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, sir. Nolan Xavier Wells' devastated mother, Christina Wansley, spoke out hours after authorities found a body believed to be her 18-year-old son, who mysteriously vanished after a boating trip with friends Saturday afternoon.
Now, can we get the picture of him and the friends that they showed on the boat? All you got to do is see the picture of him and the friends, and you're going to know exactly what the hell went wrong with the whole thing. That's all you needed. You know what I mean? Like in 2026, you still simple as the day is old. And when we gonna learn? You are not like them, man. That's what the song says. We are not like them. There it is. Look at that picture, y'all. Look at that picture right there. You sitting up there thinking you friends with them and everybody's cool. Meanwhile, they plotting to do you in. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of these Edomites, heart's desire to slay a black man like everybody else. You know what I mean? This is a country that is very trendy. What they start trends, they end trends. They do that all the time because trends make money when you're dealing with, buying and selling. Trends make money. And anytime they push a trend, everybody tries to jump on it. And they for sure have been pushing the trend of racism since the president has been seated in office. And even before that, long before that. But now it's even more open and more vicious than ever before. When we gonna realize you can't do this, man? And now another brother gone, lost in his ignorance, while you Christians sit up there and mourn. You got more, y'all can jump in anytime. Please get down.
If I could, sir. And I think now, hopefully, because of Donald Trump, people will realize the true heart of our oppressor, what's truly in their heart. And New York City has what, sir, about 12 million people?
Yep.
There's about 12 million people in New York. And if New York has 350 murders,
right,
they need a new mayor. It's like the murder rate is terrible in New York with 12 million people. If there's about 300 to 350 murders a year. During the time of lynching in the South, in 7 states with low populations. Remember, we're talking about the 30s. There were no skyscrapers, no downtowns, no cities. It was farms.
That's right.
7 states had over 350 lynchings every year. Every year. Over. And I hate when historians say that term over. Because I always go, what the fuck is over? 600?
Right.
I was reading like over 3. Why not just say the number? Like, why is it over? Anything is over 350. 1,000 is over. But they always say over 350. Over what?
Right.
What is that? 700 murders every year? Well, historians say over 350 lynchings every year in the South. And I'm talking 7 states every year. Like people, and that time came and went. And after that, all you focused on is all of your failings. It's how terrible you are, how terrible black people are, all of the crime we commit, how much we need to get ourselves together, how much we have to stick together. And murderers went unpunished. Judges went unpunished who were murderers or were subordinate to murderers, or were allies, or got paid by the murderers, and nothing happened. And so now Donald Trump becomes president, and now white people feel emboldened again. Ooh, they feel strong. You ever see a video online where a white man is getting arrested by a cop, and they're drunk out of their minds, or a white woman, and they'll go, "Hold up, I'm not black."
Right.
That's gonna be on your phone. Like they're gonna say, "I'm not black. What are you doing this to me for? I'm not black." Well, what do you think that means? In their head, they're thinking the police are supposed to oppress black people. Well, who's supposed to kill them? Like in their brain, what is their birthright?
Right.
Their birthright is to kill you. That's something that comes with being the upper class. I'm a white man in America. If I get angry at a white man, my birthright dictates my right to kill them. And they think that. Think about all the murders, like the Mayakhdad case when he went on with a brother, killed a white man in self-defense. The judge says you're going to jail. There's another story. I was just thinking about the same thing. These are all over your damn phone.
Yeah.
They're on your phone every day. White people think it's their birthright to take your life.
Right.
It's their way of connecting with their heritage to kill you. And when they can hang you and kill you and throw you off of a boat, then they feel like the founding fathers.
Right.
They feel like their grandfathers. And hopefully, sir, stories like this being on the internet making people a little smarter, then they'll reconnect to it as well.
Damn right. Listen, you're right in that white people love the feeling of murdering their enemies. And so that's why you will never be their friends. You will always be their enemy because they need you to be their enemy, because how are they going to enjoy taking vengeance on their enemy? And the vengeance don't even have to be real. The vengeance just got to be you're black. So since you're black, I can take vengeance on you. I can come up with some lie or some reason that you need to be killed, and I'll use whatever tools and means I feel necessary to put you to death. Go ahead, Maya Salaki.
I was just gonna say, and then if you get them back, if you defend yourself, boy, they take it as the highest offense. How dare you take revenge or defend yourself against me? I'm above you. There's a movie called The 24th on Netflix right now about the black soldiers based off of a true events in the early 1900s, and black soldiers and what they went through, and it captures all of that. Captures where even the white citizens was disrespecting black military. There were rules for military when they rode the bus. A lot of that racist stuff ain't supposed to apply to them, but they learned the truth. They learned that if you're a black soldier, then all them privileges that soldiers supposed to have, it don't apply to you. And you know, and just because they got revenge, brother said something heavy though. I want to, I want to put the movie out there. Just one line. He said, "Listen, if I got to lose my life for one night of justice, so be it." You know what I'm saying? But go check that, the 24th on Netflix.
That's
it goes
cool.
in the, you know what I mean? Go ahead, sir. I yield.
I was just gonna say, Sister Kama, if this is her sister Kwamada, I think is how you pronounce her name, said Trump is allowing the purge of our people. That is so right. Now, he didn't allow the racism and the hatred of us to begin to feel like they can attack us openly and freely like they did 100 years ago. That's what all this patriotism is about. All this 4th of July, 250-year celebration. They want to go back to the day where we are nothing but cattle and they can do what they want to do. But here's the thing. America is excellent at telling lies, excellent at telling myths. What they don't tell you is Many of those small black towns, white people did not mess with because they would go up into them towns and get taken out. They would get taken out. They have some of them towns. They would come through there at night and raid and burn flags and all that. And the next day, black people would be kidnapping them Edomites, bringing them back to their farm, torturing them and putting them to death. After a while, the Edomites figured it out. Yo, this town here, this ain't like those other towns. And so they did plenty of get back on these Edomites, man. And there was nothing them Edomites could do. And of course, that part of history gets swept under the rug. You know what I mean? What else you got, Dad?
Colin Khan, sir. Conor McCon needed to be put on a leash. Washington State jury awards $8 million to black high school football players sexually assaulted by his white teammates.
Damn. This is America. Huh? This is America. Like, I can't wait to see that day where black people get enough confidence to say, you know, I mean, why are we going to their schools? Why are we, you know, why haven't we built our own schools on par with the education that should be? Like, go to school barefoot and get a better education than you would in a white school. Yeah. That's what I say. You know what I mean? Go ahead and, you know, go to the poor school without the amenities and make that poor school better than their Ivy League school. Mm-hmm. Like, you cannot go forward in their world because this is the closing of that door. We at the end now. So the door is being closed on that. What's being open is the door on your nation being raised up. Give me some more, Dad.
Khan, sir.
And if I can comment, and even back then, when we had them poor schools, we would debate these Edomites and win. We were smarter in them poor, broken down schools. We were highly intelligent. And I remember the great debaters. They would, you know, I mean, teams of debaters would go debate. When we would debate white schools and kick their ass because we were just smarter, you know what I'm saying, and more eloquent. But It's just because our schools didn't look so great like theirs, and you know, we didn't dress as fine as theirs. Parents eventually, you know, made a compromise and bought them and tried to integrate, and which made us worse because now they can push us to the bottom of the learning pole. You know what I'm saying? And we receive lesser educations than them because we in their system now. I yield, sir.
And listen, which makes absolutely sense in this. I mean, you can go to a grade school, 3rd grade, 4th grade, go into the gymnasium. In the gymnasium, they're going to have different teams. Let's say basketball. And the different teams playing basketball are playing against each other. I appreciate it. Are playing against each other. Because they're playing against each other, each one of them are forcing themselves to be the best that they can be. The only way you're going to get to be the best you could be is you're going to have to compete with the best. You can't join the best and expect to be the best. You join the best, you're going to be put under whoever's the best. And right now, Esau is the best because he done vanquished everyone else. So it's time for us to now recognize that life is competition. You got to recognize that in life, every nation on this earth, I don't care what they call themselves, what their land or geographical location is, every nation is striving to make their nation better. I mean, this is basic common sense. This ain't even nothing you got to be educated on. But we've been so brainwashed here, just basic common sense doesn't even apply to us. In basic common sense, you know, every animal, every bug you see in the field, every bird, all of them are trying to survive and raise up their you know, the legacy of their people. But the minute they shut that off, you less than an animal. The minute they cut that off from you, like MLK did and others, they've made you less than an animal because an animal normally would try to survive. Even the sheep may not know before he goes into the slaughter stall. But once he gets in that slaughter stall and he smells the blood and sees what's happening in front of him, he's going to buck. He's going to buck. Anybody that worked in the slaughterhouse will tell you, Once that cow gets in that stall, they got to lock that stall. Why? Because the minute the cow picks up on what's happening, he's bucking. He's not willing to go to his death, to be wiped out. But black people, Latinos, Native Indians, that's how much they beat your spirit out of you. That you don't want, that you'll just go like a sheep to the slaughter. Boy, the Lord used the right terms when it came to us. And we better wake up now, man, and get back on our feet. And here's the amazing part that always escapes me. We don't have anything to lose. We already being killed. We already being starved. We already being destroyed. We already getting all of these things. Why not just help ourselves? Why not help ourselves? Why not say to ourselves, what is better for us? What should we be doing that's better for us? And a big part of it that the reason we don't is because of these Uncle Toms that they done put in front of us. These real taskmasters, these real MLK slave mentality people. And brothers and sisters, we better break away from that. We better turn in the other direction, man. I yield.
Sure, if I could. Please. If I could, can I get Psalms 10 and 8 real fast? And the reason why they're able to do this here, because they lower you with Christianity. The image you see of Caesar Borgia, the false image of Christ, is so peaceful and loving, but really behind them is nothing but murder and death and murder behind it. That's why they don't want that image in the Muslim countries, the other countries. They know behind that image comes death. That's the history of the Christian church. They give you the image like it's sweet and nice. Behind it is death and murder. Psalms 10 verse 8, read, warrior.
Come, sir, the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Now, that's your so-called oppressor. You sit in these lurking places. He's watching you. Like you send your kids to these football games and different things going on with them. They watching you. They plot against you. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, in the secret places.
In the where?
In the secret places.
Go ahead.
Doeth he murder the innocent.
That's how he's going to do it, man. They're going to do it very secretly. They're going to plot against them to kill them, and it's going to be they plotted in the secret place when they came together with a plot to kill you. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, his eyes are privily set against the poor.
They're against you. When are you going to realize that, man? As much you try to assimilate and be a part of it, his eyes are privately set against you. They may seem like they're your friend. Oh, yeah, you're my buddy, you're my friend, you're XYZ. But guess what happens? Tragedy. That young cat, the football player, I'm not sure the story, but they said something about him fighting one of them. All of them turned on him. But guess what happened? Their brother lost his life. Now he disappeared. They can't find him. He's dead somewhere.
And meanwhile, if I could,
yes, sir.
What's the name of the brother who stabbed the Edomite with Carmelo Anthony? Meanwhile, Carmelo Anthony, they want to give him 35 years for doing what he should have done, right, which was to defend himself from these Edomites. What really, really the best thing for him would have been to be able to never go to a school with those Edomites. Right. You know what I mean? That would have been the best thing. Right. The best thing is that, to have to go to campus, try to get an education, and the whole time, because of your ability as an athlete, these inferior beasts, you understand, looking at you like you are a problem and you're something to worry about. That's why the Lord said that they are like a drop in the bucket. They like nothing to the Most High. Less than nothing, if I'm quoting right, less than nothing according to the Most High. And that's because of that, they got to come and try to destroy this brother. And why? Because, of course, joining them just makes them more angry. And I'm looking at these Edomites, brother, in this 4th of July celebration, right? Now, 250 years, there's all kind of nonprofit and grant money given to all these organizations to have this 4th of July. And these Edomites are trying to have a 4th of July celebration, and they are miserable. They are absolutely miserable. Their marriages have failed. Their children have all moved away. They bitter and angry as they could be at their own wives. They are walking around like zombies. All they want to do is kill. I watched a man just last night out in the Midwest somewhere. I don't know where we were. I don't know if we was in Tennessee or in Kentucky. We was in one of them places out there in the Midwest. And the man came in and wanted a refill on a $2 cup of coffee. And the woman told him, well, we don't do no refills in this particular stop because we got McDonald's here. And so we're not allowed to do refills. And he said, oh, yeah. Well, I got the tag on the cup and the this and the that. And he went through a whole conversation and then tried to get her to scan the cup again. And she said, sir, I just told you we cannot refill this coffee. And he said, really? He looked at her with a death stare. He took the cup back up and walked out. He still didn't pay for it. He took the cup up and walked out. I said to myself, let me get my people out of here because he's going to come back and shoot this place. Like, that's how angry they are over a $2 cup of coffee. You understand? So even if we was not here, their life would be miserable as hell. Why? Because their leaders have robbed them. They've accepted their leaders robbing them because they able to be over us. Wasn't it Lyndon Johnson that made the quote, you die? That said, pull that quote for me right quick. Like, this here has worked so well. And Donald Trump and other rich people are using exactly what Lyndon Johnson used, you understand, to enrich themselves at our expense. And dumb, stupid Edomites or white people are falling for it and believing it and eating it alive. I'm letting them just quote this right quick and I'm going to pass it.
Come.
You know what I mean? Like, this is what's going on in this kingdom, man. That is a joke. We need to be strengthening ourselves and getting rid of these horrible black leaders. But some of these black leaders they are spineless. You got it? No go? Salakia. Okay, I'll come back to it.
Yes, sir.
But basically, he was letting the rest of white America know. You got it? Go ahead.
Kamal Khan, sir.
Water for grabbing it.
Kamal Khan, sir. If you could convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket.
Damn. In other words, do it so you can rob him.
You're right.
Like, give him empower him with racism so you can rob him. Now, Lyndon Johnson just quoted that. Now, as you see Donald Trump empowering racism on another level, you white people are supposed to say to yourself, I'm getting robbed. I'm getting, like, the minute they tell you, get the niggers, you're supposed to say, what? Oh, my God, I'm getting robbed. Lyndon Johnson said that, and he said it. Why? Because he had to have a strategy to go back to racism in America. Remember, Kennedy was all about being liberal and working with MLK. So Lyndon Johnson had to kind of restore the country after they murdered this fool for pushing their agenda. That's another thing. America's great betrayers, great hypocrisy. Martin Luther King did everything they wanted him to do, and they still murdered him. Once he became useless, once he was no longer of any use, they got all those civil rights bills passed, everything they needed passed so they could rob Black America blind. And Lyndon Johnson knew he had to restore white people. And he figured well when he said, look, if we can just get these white people to recognize that they are better than black people, no matter how great the black person is, we can go ahead and get back to the business of making money off of them. And let me tell you where that thing, last point, let me tell you where that thing really came to the top was when Barack Obama came into office. What pissed white people off is half of white America loved Barack Obama. They loved Barack Obama because they thought he was smooth and cool and not a racist and gonna do what he needed to do right for the country. The other half hated him because they believed they were always superior to black people. So here was this cat now sitting in the White House over the top of these white people who believed they were always better than black people. Donald Trump is another one. Donald Trump just up to recently was talking about Barack Obama. Mad as hell. Bothered him so much that a black man, so-called black man, was over him that he'd been talking, I mean, years into office. He's still trashing Barack Obama. And let me tell you something, Mark. That is how they've gotten over on us. So white America, listen up good. When you see your white leaders telling you, get the niggas and hate black people, you better check your wallet, goddammit. You getting robbed. Salak, I yield.
Yeah, that's heavy. And if I could bring out in that movie I mentioned earlier, the 24th, the white cop, one of the black soldiers, he was linked up with one of the white military guys who was trying to halfway do right. Like Muhammad brought out about Ulysses S. Grant. Like he was trying to halfway do right with the black soldiers, knowing that all the other white soldiers was not having it. So the black soldier arrested some regular citizen that was doing all type of things to these soldiers. So he arrested. He even killed one of the soldiers. And so he arrested him. And when he brought him to the precinct, one of the top Edomites told one of his other white subordinates, arrest him. And they grabbed the black guy. He said, no, arrest him. And then they said, what? Chief, you're going to arrest a white man for killing a nigger? He said, just do what I said. And so he had to arrest the white guy. And then in another scene, that same cop was telling the other cops, if we can't be better than these niggas, we might as well be dead. And that's the sentiment. That's the sentiment that rich white people convince poor white people to have. So once, like you just brought out, I didn't know why, but it's so they can keep getting robbed.
Yeah. How else they gonna keep that money going? What's that TV show? It's an old TV show. You gotta be old head to know this. That TV show, y'all know it, from the South, that had that where it was the white sheriff
in the heat of the night.
The heat of the night. Go ahead. Let me pull that thing about the thesaurus on black issues.
I knew it as soon as you said, "What's that TV show?"
Right.
Let me say it.
I couldn't think of the name of it, but I knew he was talking about that old Carl O'Connor.
The heat of the night. That TV show in the heat of the night was a perfect analogy of what we're talking about. Like that black man coming down here as a detective was messing up the status quo, was making white people feel like they're not who they supposed to be. So then they stop participating into the, being robbed by everybody else, by the rich, by the wealthy. Now they stop buying goods. They stop working on those jobs. They start getting pissed off. They start wanting to take things from other people because they feel like they're not in the position they should be in. And white men never wanted that. And so only if they could put white people in the position to feel good about being over blacks, then they knew they could go ahead and get whatever it is they needed. And I mentioned this last week. I just recently read where Lincoln said Lincoln didn't even start the rumor that he freed the slaves. That was started by the slaves, and they pushed their way into freedom. Like they pressed up against those generals so much that them generals turned around and said, "Man, we got to just go ahead and give it to them," and because it's too many of them, and it ain't no benefit for us to send them back. But originally from Lincoln's seat, he told those top generals of his to send those slaves back. Imagine you fighting a war with the South. You trying to beat the South. The slaves are running from the South to come join you and help you fight the very people that's about to overthrow your country, and you tell your generals, tell them to send them people back. Could you imagine? Now you're going to re-strengthen the South because you only want to win this war if it means you can get no help from black people. Like you don't want black people to dare have any glory in taking over this war. That's why they never bring out as much as they can about them Buffalo Soldiers. And the fact that they called them Buffalo Soldiers, saw all that black hair and saw the way we ran like Jesse Owens across that damn field and was vanquishing the hell out of the Edomites. They'll never tell the whole real story. They said, man, if it wasn't for them brothers, man, England would have did them in 10 times over, especially on the coast. When England came with them ships near that coast, and was firing those weapons off of those cannons off of those ships, them Edomites was getting slaughtered. The brothers figured out how to get out of the line of sight of each of those cannons and started tearing them up when they got on shore. Them soldiers got down. But once again, in our ignorance, we went and joined the very people that was killing us. That was in our ignorance. When, boy, we need to join the Lord. And we're going to really see something. I yield the water.
Sir, because of the Christian church is why all these things keep happening over and over. It's the same story from the Civil War, the World War I, the World War II, to the Korean War, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf War, Desert Storm, to all these wars is the same theme. And behind it is the Christian church. We got to be included. The inclusion in the Christian church which puts us in these positions.
Yep.
You know, up until the Korean War, they still had all black regiments. A lot of y'all don't even really know about the all black Ranger Regiment in Korea. And if it wasn't for them, they would have got slaughtered by them Koreans over there. That all black regiment, they gave them the most dangerous, the most death-defying jobs to get done, and they got them done.
Brother, let me read this. Arawajib, God damn, he came out with something heavy. He said, Slocky,
Yes, sir.
he said the Buffalo Soldier is where Smokey the Bear gets his hat from. There's more. He said they were the first park rangers. So in other words, these brothers came out of the military. They knew they had to give them a job. If they left them alone, they knew what was going to happen. So they gave them a job and they made them park rangers because they figured they can go out there and just check the woods and give them a few dollars and so forth and so on. Meanwhile, that was us. That was our skills and abilities. Salaki, go ahead,
No, that was it. And listen, General, if it wasn't for us, we were the first black cowboys. They know it.
Yep.
But history in Hollywood, we was nothing. We was no cowboys.
Yep.
Reality was we was the first cowboys. We was the ones getting on under the cowboy theme or term. It wasn't Esau, wasn't our oppressor. That was us.
Yep.
If it wasn't for the Native Indians, they would not have won that war against Japan. That code, that Navajo code, destroyed them, man. Like, how you going to... But once again, Christianity, the entity, is what destroys us every time. Wanting to be included in everything. You understand? And being included with everything. That's how I got us. And it's from then even to now, right now. Right now. You got these kids being murdered. One cat got murdered. Well, he was missing, got murdered, found him dead. Other kid gets sexually assaulted on the football team. Why? You want to be included in everything they have. So now because you're doing that, you're putting our kids in danger. And that's what it is. Why are you doing that? Christianity. Christian church. Stay fault.
And if I could, a lot of those coaches in male sports are big time sodomites. A lot of them cats don't show it on the outside. You can't tell, but they in the business of it so they can get to that damn locker room. You know what I mean? And get to all them young boys in that locker room. I remember being an athlete young in high school, and you could feel the vibration on these Edomites when it was time for weigh-ins or time to, you know what I'm saying? It was always an issue because they would be salivating to go look at the kids' bodies and look at the children that they wanted to molest and size up whoever they thought, you understand, they could really mess with. Big shout out to Madara, Gad. Madara, man, we're gonna square up with Gad with that era. All the Gadites always bring this up. Madara bringing it up too. Big shout out to Madara. He said Buffalo soldiers was so bad the devil had to turn brothers against one another and use them to help subdue Gad, because white soldiers was mediocre. You know what I mean? Like Custer. You right about that. We in our ignorance did not love Gad like we should have, and turned around and harmed our brothers up under the Edomites. Which once again, that's another good point. Like, black people is always like, well, we don't want to come up against Esau. We don't want to do that. But you quick to come up against another tribe.
Right.
And that's what you got to fight against as well. Because they definitely going to try to turn blacks against the Latinos very shortly. Now that they done lost all of the help that they need and the hands that they need, you can best believe they'll be looking to start something between us and the Latino tribes and the Gadite tribes. And we should be together as one. We are powerful as hell when we come together and stand as a one nation against all the other nations who've been standing as one nation against us. How we gonna turn around, you know what I'm saying, and add ourselves to the enemy's list to go harm another tribe that never harmed us, that in fact gave us sanctuary in many cases. You know what I'm saying? And once again, that's why knowing the Bible is so important. Knowing the Bible gives you the real truth about who's who on the earth. And once again, knowing that also allows you to know the history of who's who on the earth, which allows you to know their track record on the earth. You don't understand white people? It's simple. Since the day they came out of the womb, they was murderers. Christ said it. He was a murderer from the beginning. They've been murderers out from the beginning. And that's what they've been throughout their whole time on this earth, which is why there's no promise of forgiveness for them, because they have been murderers on top of murderers on top of murderers. Whenever they come in, it's because they come to take, rob, and pillage and nothing else, which is also why they so damn miserable. They're miserable because if all you thinking about is killing and murdering, well, guess what? You ain't got nothing in life to enjoy. If you get anything in life, you still can't enjoy it. Some of the most miserable people are people that are wealthy. They sitting in big mansions, done stole and robbed all over the earth. That so-called Jew, big mansions everywhere. And meanwhile, they be the most miserable people you ever met and don't even understand life and hate the fact that you live a life of great joy in your poverty. To them, that's even worse. You understand? I yield.
And that's how white people all operated. They've been killers from the beginning, and they know how to do. Like they always use us to defeat us. If they wasn't getting some black man who they thought was weak or had problems and was scared, they'll use him to infiltrate. They'll use him to go get intelligence and bring back to them so he can destroy them. Black Panthers is just one of many groups that tried to do something for black people, and they sent in spies. Hell, we had brothers in the UPK that came to us and said, man, the FBI offered me a job to spy on y'all and this and that and this and that. They would confess to us because they saw we wasn't no criminals. Ain't nothing to report on us. You understand? And he was locked in with the Lord. So he had to tell us, generals, y'all tell me what to do from here. And that was heavy because they sent spies in our school and offered money to different priests in our school. Look, you know what I'm saying? And so they've always separated us to defeat us. And once again, got a lot of our women scared the hell out of them. So they turn on black people. You understand? Used us against Gad. Used Gad against us. You know what I'm saying? Tried to use us against our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Tried to use our Hispanic brothers and sisters against us. That's part of his gaining control, divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? And using us to infiltrate us. That's why we stuck together. And then that's why what makes the UPK so beautiful, because we got laws and rules, and this brotherhood is our rock. It is our rock. And if you got this brotherhood in you, then can't nobody infiltrate. Can't nobody make you do this. Money ain't enough. Riches ain't enough. Glory ain't enough, because we all working for the same future from our King and our God that you can't compare to. So ain't nothing worth giving that up. Nothing at all. Your bags, all your offers, none of that is worth it. You understand? So that's how they've always operated with us, General. And again, the beauty of the UPK is this brotherhood. And if you ain't in this brotherhood, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. You're going to stand out. We're going to see it all over you that you ain't all the way in the spirit in here. You ain't always doing right. And of course, we're going to look at you funny and scrutinize you. And we're going to try to get you on board, but we're going to work out all the demons that's on you, all the forces that's coming out of you. We're going to work on it. You understand? And We ain't going, let nothing corrupt this brotherhood, because that's the rock. That defeats Esau when he looking for who can we make a spy? Who can we make turn against the rest of them? Who can we pay enough? I know he on child support and he's struggling. I know he need money for this and that and this and that. Let's offer him to take care of all that. All he got to do is find something on Commander General YAHANNA. All he got to do is find something on General Muhammad or General Haas. Find something on that damn General Miyagi. He the worst of them. Find something on him and let's move on him. You understand? But it just don't work here.
And listen, fake.
Damn right, sir.
Hey, General, fake. Damn right. Give it up, y'all. Hey, fake Israelite groups tried it too. They went and sent men in here on a spy trip, and the men came and confessed that they came in under, like you dumb and stupid as you absolutely could be. And here's the thing that everybody miss when it comes to these outside things is that the Lord is in the middle of it. Right. I say this all the time. The Lord is in the middle of it. Like you playing in a place that you think this is just about your carnal ability against our carnal ability. You're a dumbass. The Lord is in here. And even though it looked like you could pull something off, the Lord always destroy it because, of course, he's in the middle of it and is going to make the moves that you can't see. He said, have I not made the eye that I can't see? He made the eye. You can plant a microphone in here, but the Lord made sound. What the hell are you doing? You can plant a camera in here, but the Lord made the eye. So what are you doing? You're not doing anything, man. You're not doing anything. You're gonna have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of tapes and all that kind of nonsense until that cat that you send up in here realize that the brotherhood is in here and that what you got him doing is evil as hell. So none of that even works. A lot, guys.
There you go. That's right, sir. Hey, and I want to shout out Princess Kanaya. You right. She said, I remember when I.U.I.C. did it, posing as women. Well, the I.U.I.C. guys was posing as women, trying to get women on their groups, trying to take our women into their groups. I yield, sir.
I forgot about that. They sure did. I mean, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Once again, that shows that you really, your trust is in your carnal ability. Your trust is in your police skills. Your trust is in your ability to spy. All that clandestine, dirty shit you learned in the world, you now bring it in here and use it against brothers in the truth, thinking that it's going to be effective. And now that's why they walking around, people throwing them out their stores and disrespecting the hell out of it and all that. Because, of course, when you calculating things and you don't go before the Lord, you calculating something carnal. And it looked like what you calculate looked so right. Let me tell you something. It probably looked so right to the United States to send them aircraft carriers into the Gulf and was going to take over and destroy Iran. It probably looked so on paper. They probably said, man, this is absolute superior firepower. We send this down here and send these jets and this, that, and the other. It's going to be a bloodbath, and the people are going to turn against them. That's what they counting on in Cuba, just like they did in Iran. But they fumbled the ball in Iran because those people cared more about what they were standing on than what you were standing on. Like the Lord is in the midst of everything going on in the earth. And without a doubt, the Lord is in the I.S.U.P.K. That ain't even no question.
Yeah, right,
that he's up in here making things happen. You know what I'm saying? So I yield on that. You die. Come on, give me some more, man. Oh, y'all was gonna say something? Let's get some more. You die. Let's see what we got.
Come on, sir. Loud and proud. White supremacists take over D.C. as Trump celebrates the return of slave owner statue on July 4th.
Right. They returned a slave owner statue. Give me more on the statue if you could. Now listen. Now let me tell you something. If you're a white man, bring that picture back up or the picture of the statue, either one, whatever y'all got. But let me tell you something. If you're a white man and this is what you celebrating, you're a pussy. I mean, I got to just tell you, like you done destroyed the Lord's chosen people for 400 years. And the best thing you got to glorify in is a 1800s slave owner. Like bringing back slavery is the best thing, is the only thing you can try to stand up and have some power in. You can't fight Iran You couldn't fight Afghanistan. China owns your ass. You understand? The Russians are defying you. And all you got left now is, well, at least we could beat up on the niggas. You's a pussy. We've been destroyed. We've been wiped out. And you're going to go to the ones that just did and try and turn around and promote yourselves like you some tough guy for beating up a bunch of people that you put on drugs 60 years ago, who's 3-generation drug addicts. You're going to act like, yeah, white power. Yeah, 1776 again. You're going to get independence from poor black people? That's who you fighting? You was fighting England in 1776.
Right.
Now you fighting poor black people in the ghetto, broke, destroyed, and on drugs. That's your 1776. You are a pussy. You are spineless. You gonna go find, what's his name that they put the foot on the neck? George Floyd, Salakia. Like you gonna go, that's who you want to fight. You want to fight George Floyd, half doped up, coming out of the grocery store. Like that's who you fighting. And acting like you so great and bad and tough. You're a punk. You understand? You need to find something to fight for. Because you're a bitch ass fool. Like if you really was bad, take your ass over there and fight the Iranians or fight somebody who's got their own government sovereignty so that they can show you what you made of. Instead, you want to go get on the subway and act like, yeah, we taking over the subway. You niggas ain't going to do nothing. You're a pussy. And you need to face that you're a pussy. And did it with mask on. God damn. You put on thieves' masks to do it. Like, come on. Go ahead, you die. You got more? Y'all got footage on it? You want to play the footage? You got any footage that you do want to play? I see the one where the sister's on the train. I mean, we could all see what it is. These ain't nothing but a group of pussies that got together and decided they was going to act like we own the town again. As if we took the town. We in D.C. We running D.C. We all up in the streets of D.C. Niggas is getting high because of 400 years of being under you. And let me tell you something else, too. You should not stir black people up. You shouldn't do that because you're not equipped for the chaos that we bring out of the hood. That's not something you white boys want in your life. I've been saying it for the longest. They ain't gonna be happy until they step out there and they see people who you have done so much evil to, that you have destroyed their families, put their children on drugs, sent their husbands to jail, turned their women into prostitutes. You about to see how they gonna act when they go off the line. You love to go off the line. You ready to beat a black man to death, put your knee on his neck. You ready to mishandle and abuse him in any way that you want. But are you ready for the anger of these same black people that you want to slaughter? Are you really, really ready for that? Do you really think that your AR-15 is going to make you equipped? I watch you white boys on them videotape. You got lasers. You got scopes. You got straps. You got Picatinny rails. You got certain ammunition with certain grains on the bullet. You oiling it up. They got the mat oiling it up with the rifle oiling. Nigga, is you crazy? A nigga gonna pull a shotgun out from under the bed full of dust and wax your motherfucking ass. Like, you's a dumb ass. You ain't gonna do shit. Here's what you gonna do. You're gonna sit around and wait for the government to do it. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit around hoping the day comes that the government can roll tanks into Chicago. So you'll be the bitch ass white boy at the back trying to act like you all part of it when your bitch ass ain't doing anything. Go talk to them boys that actually went to war. Talk to them white boys that came back from Afghanistan and Iraq and other wars, the Korean conflict and all. They're not playing around with you dumbasses. All the money that they getting right now in America from everywhere all over the world, you think they playing with you dumb-dumbs? You're a punk is what you are, man. And you need to go sit down somewhere. Black people talking against white people is because black people are destroyed. You acting like it's a revolution against us. 1776. You dumbasses, people that's poor, struggling, suffering, lights going off, can't pay their rent, can't have a relationship because both parties got emotional problems, eating bad food, poisoned up with garbage, influenced by drugs every day, hated by you and all nations for 400 years. That's who's sitting in the ghetto, Mr. 1776. You dumb, stupid idiot. That's who you gonna fight. Give me a goddamn break. Give me a break. And then again, you don't fear the Lord. That's the whole problem with you white people. If I went and destroyed somebody, right, and stole everything they had and wiped them the hell out, and they've been wiped out, I would be afraid to go back to do it again. I'd be like, yo, God could be against me. You know what I mean? And I could go out there. You've read the story in Sunday school with that homosexual Catholic priest where David took a slingshot, you idiot, and murdered Goliath for coming up against the Lord's chosen people. You don't never take that into account. You don't never say to yourself, maybe we should stop picking on these poor black people that have been in our ghettos for 400 years. Because maybe, just maybe, we may end up in a David and Goliath situation. And we might just lose. You don't never say that to yourself because you're confident. You feel great. You feel good putting your hands on the Lord's chosen. You think your plans are so wise when you're an idiot. When you are an idiot. And you're down there in Washington with a mask over your head because you got no woman. You ain't gonna tell me them old cream color mask on their head. You getting pussy? Nigga, please. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't Washington marching you on the train with a cream colored mask on, hiding your little white face. You are definitely not getting any pussy. You ain't got no good family at home. You ain't got sons at home. You gonna tell me a cat like that, Muhammad, in America, with all there is for them to make money off of and do, and the jobs they got. Let me tell you, we're coming up in from Tennessee, and they had a storm up here in the east. And all down the highway, the power lines and stuff went down. All you saw was convoys of those bucket trucks coming to fix the power lines filled with white boys. $50 an hour, $80 an hour, some of them. They get it. And you in Washington, D.C. with a mask on like you Captain Dumbass. You understand? Give us a break, man. Give us a break. Find a real fucking enemy, idiot.
Right.
Find somebody that's a real problem for America. Oh, you did. Iran. Oh, I forgot. And you got your ass kicked. And you got your ass kicked. So what you do, fall back and just, let's just beat up on the niggas. But one day, the Lord's going to get tired of that. One day, the Lord going to change the tide, just like he did with Moses. One day, he's going to be angry enough to say, I'm going to fix this, just like he did with David. One day, he's going to be pissed off with you, and he's going to send Christ like he sent them before. And your world is about to change. And you too goddamn stupid to know it. Get you a job, white boy, in McDonald's or wherever you got to do to start off, because you couldn't be educated. You ain't gonna sell me on that. You ain't no educated white man with a goddamn cream colored mask riding the subways in Washington, D.C., pretending like he's tough for 1776. Give me a break. And see, the problem with you white boys is you think you're going to come to the hood and do this. You do not think the hood is going to come to your little rural area with your little white woman and your little white babies. And you think if they do, the government will step in. You don't even know what the government plan might be. The government might be planning to use us just to run you off of them lands, all them little farms and shit y'all got. They know you got all them bunkers and 100,000 guns down underneath it. The government might be like, you niggas go and get them motherfuckers. and the ignorant ones of us will run right up in your farm, rape Susie. You be on your way home. He be on the porch smoking crack with your wife. They taking the guns out the back. I know how. Listen, I live with Jake. I know how you get down. But you so dumb. Like hating black people at this. It's 2026. Hating black people at this point is like, you know, it's like wearing bell-bottom pants. You know, for what?
And most of them, y'all
want to jump in?
Most of them, they just children of pedophiles.
This makes Isaiah the 47th chapter so much more clear.
Yeah.
It may all of y'all need to go at your own time. I'm not gonna bring it out, but at your own time, sit back and read Isaiah the 47th chapter. And for our oppressors, our so-called white friends, you listen as well. Y'all go back and read Isaiah the 47th chapter, because what Commander General YAHANNA said is right there in that scripture. That whole chapter about you. And when you read Babylon, Babylon is America. Don't think he's talking about Babylon back in the day. He's talking about y'all right now. You understand? Babylon the Great is America. You understand? So when you read it, you're going to see why the Lord is against you. Why? Because of what you've done to us. And when I say us, I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. It's like I yield, sir.
If I could, real quick, one last point. I'm coming to you now, Maya. Y'all remember not too long ago when they was pushing heavy racism during the Bush administration against black people? Something strange happened that white people never expect. White men began to feel empowered, like they could do what they want. And a white man went onto an Amish school. Y'all remember that? He took over the school and murdered 8 girls in that school. Because once again, you empowered him to feel like he can go kill who he want. But you didn't realize he didn't want to kill blacks. He wanted to kill them Amish. He went up in there and killed and raped them little Amish women and got away with it. Not got away with it. That's not true. They eventually caught him, but you get my point. So I yield. Go ahead, Mayak. I apologize.
Suck, no sweat. I just want to say, and most of them white boys are victims of their parents were pedophiles. They're victims of pedophiles that then molested them and raped them all their young childhood. They grow up angry, you understand, and hate themselves because homosexual thoughts won't leave their mind. Dang. So they frustrated. They come up, and statistics prove that there's every 5 days a white boy kills his whole family in America. That's 5 families every month. 5 families a month of Edomites die in America every month. There's 5 of them. So they going through hell in their own lives and hating their own people and their uncles and fathers making and putting their rods in their little mouths when they're young. So they grow up angry because they still got a feeling that they want to put a rod in their mouth when they grown. And so now they pick up these guns, and who they gonna hate? Well, we can hate black people and Hispanics. That's legal to hate them. And so they go marching and covering their punk ass faces, like you said, and go marching to hate us. When the real enemy is their own fathers and uncles and their own people and the rich of their people. They're the real enemies. But like you said, they pussies. So they're not going to go fight them because they might get their ass whooped in their mind. So they go pick on who they think is weak, who they think can't fight back like they always do. I yield, General.
Back up, General Mayak.
Please.
1 point, sir. If you will look up gun violence, of course, we all hear about gun violence day and night. They bring up Chicago ad nauseum when they bring up gun violence, right? The majority of gun deaths in America are suicides. I think it's about 63% of all gun violence in America are suicides. And the vast majority, about 79% of suicides are white men.
Damn.
White men commit the most murders in America, and those murders are suicides.
Yep.
They're suicides. Like, that's what's in the mind of these white men that hate black people. It's a misguided masculinity that is inferiority. It's like it's inferiority masking itself as masculinity. Why? Because their fathers molested them. Because their uncles molested them, because the football coach molested them, and because their woman is attracted to blacks and Latinos. Their wife day and night fantasizes about having sex with a black man. They know it. They tell the white boy their fantasy. The white boy goes on in the internet and sees his wife is constantly fantasizing about having sex with a real man, with a better man. I think sometimes, sir, a terrible result of slavery was when it was at a slave auction when white men had to see a black man naked.
Damn.
I bet that reverberates to this day.
Yes.
I bet it goes through the lineage. The first time that white man who thought he was our master, we dropped our drawers and showed him who was the real master.
Damn.
During the time of slavery, when those pants came down at the slave auction and he thinks he's the master. And then finally he sees a master is finally here.
Like, you can't fake it at that
No,
point.
sir. No, that's for real.
Ain't no spin when at that point.
No.
There ain't no spin in the locker room.
No, sir. No.
Either you are, either you am, or you am not. Yo, man, what the Lord say? I am that I am. Like, there ain't no spin at that point. Salagio.
That's it, sir. That was all.
Hey, I wonder if I could real quick. Tribe of Issachar always coming strong. Big shout out to him as well. Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. So true. And my people, which lead thee, cause thee to error, and destroy the way of thy paths. Damn right, that's a heavy scripture. Big shout out to you, warrior. You know what I mean? Or sister, I believe it's a brother though. So we going over a little bit, y'all. If you got to roll, we understand, but we hope you hang just for maybe a little 15 more minutes, because we got in here late, man. We came back off of that 14-hour drive out of Nashville. I just want to say, man, that the brotherhood and sisterhood in Nashville was exceptional towards us. It was very, very kind, man. I brought all my people. I brought 2 van loads, y'all. I had like 30 people with me riding out there. I brought the whole crew, the whole Blackwatch crew. They came. We had everybody came out, and the brotherhood and sisterhood that was displayed out there was absolutely the best. You know what I'm saying? And so we look forward to, keeping that kind of strength up among us. And it was worth every ounce of that drive all the way into that Midwest like we did. So big shout out to the Shock, newly raised captain, up in the game. You know what I mean? And as well as Yaramaya, big shout out to him in Atlanta, up in the game. And we look forward to seeing more. So where you taking me next?
The
next 15 minutes. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Mississippi cops shot and killed a black baby, claiming they feared for their lives, but an independent autopsy is blowing their story apart.
Come on, give me some more. Damn.
Khan, sir.
Rotten.
Khan, the legal team for the family of a 1-year-old boy who was killed by police is raising new questions in the case. Attorneys Ben Crump and Van Turner shared preliminary findings that an independent autopsy during a news conference Wednesday. We're here fighting for transparency, Crump said. Black people have eyes, and you have eyes, and you saw the video. The autopsy was requested by the family of Cohen Wiley, who was shot by an officer in a Walmart parking lot in Sanatoba, 40 miles south of Memphis. According to Crump, the autopsy showed the bullet that hit the child came through the car side, not the front.
Damn. So he just fired into the car. Just didn't give a damn. Like, that's the kind of terrorism we got to suffer. Y'all talking about you fighting terrorism and all that. We living under terrorism. every day. Every time you show up with that uniform on and that marked patrol car, we under the possible attack of terrorism every day. And just like any conscious animal, you can't never, ever realize that the cruelty that you do needs to be stopped, needs to be put down, needs to be pushed to the side by the hand of the Lord. You don't never get that because you got no soul. Shot this boy in, I could not even imagine you in your car and they start shooting and shoot your child through the car. And that don't, let me tell you, y'all may not like what I'm gonna say, but that don't just go for you devils. That go for a lot of you brothers out here that's supposed to be trying to handle your so-called business and don't know how to handle your business. You murdering our babies too. You know what I mean? You getting caught up in the game too. Even though it's a worse charge when a heathen kills one of our babies, especially one that is given power to rule over us, like a sheriff, like a cop, or one of those agencies. You get a worse charge because you are supposed to be the one protecting everybody. The Lord knows us under you, that'll never happen. I yield. Y'all want to get in? All right. What you want? You go ahead. Go ahead. You want to give me some more? Or you want to keep going?
I got one question about it. You know, how he shooting the side of the car?
Exactly.
That's what I'm kind of curious about. You know, how he shoot from the side of the car into the car?
Damn.
And what did he see in that back seat that made him pull the trigger? Usually, okay, a car stop, and you see a gun. Hands up. So what did he see that made him shoot in the back of the car?
He couldn't have saw anything because the door was closed. He shot through the car. So it was nothing that he could see. You know what I mean? I know what it is. It's the usual white boy fear.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's getting a lot of people shot by cops. I mean, that's right. That's my fault. That's not you. That's me. That's me. I mean to cut you off, Hodge.
No sweat.
But get me right on this. A big reason these cops are getting shot is because it's drilled into them to get home safe. Get home safe. Like if somebody make you so afraid of losing your life when you go to do your job, you're going to be extremely, extremely self-conscious of anything that looks like it's threatening your job. If I go work a forklift, and every day before I go work the forklift, the supervisor said, be careful, don't let nothing fall on you. Be careful, don't let nothing fall on you. Then every time I move that forklift, the only thing on my mind is making sure that crate don't fall on me. I'm ducking, I'm hiding. If any little movement come, I'm getting out from under the forklift. I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I don't have this crate fall on my head. The same thing go for cops. Get me right if I'm wrong. Cops got the same problem. Yeah, they telling them you got to get home safe. You got to get home to your family. These cops sitting in some room somewhere getting drunk every night. They ain't got no goddamn family. Family been left them. But they still got it in their mind. You got to get home safe. You got to get home safe. So what does that mean? Yeah, I got to be now hypersensitive the minute I see your black face because the misconception in my head is that you're such a threat that I have to keep the idea of getting home safe right there on the tip of my mind. And as a result, if you move your goddamn finger the wrong way, to me, it's a threat and I'm killing you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hodge.
I'm sorry, sir. Okay. I've been playing this over in my head for a while, right?
Right.
And just from doing a job, making car stops, and some car stops you got filling the car stops. It's a whole different car stop. It's a whole different thing, right? Even with the get home safe stuff, right? And all that, it take you seconds. I mean, maybe milliseconds to pull your firearm out. It's set in your holster is set a certain way where you can unclick and have your firearm out in less than 2 seconds. So really, what are you looking at? What are you afraid of? You understand what I'm saying? That you got to shoot through a car full of people. Now, if you're going to shoot through a car full of people, that means that car has people in there shooting at you. I mean, you got an active target, somebody actively shooting at you from that car. So now you got no choice but to shoot at the car to stop that threat.
Right.
Where was the threat at?
Right.
Where was the threat that you had to shoot through a car with a baby in the background? Let me tell you something. In firearm safety, they teach you that you got to make sure before you pull that trigger, you got to look at your target and what's behind your target. And they teach that as well in law enforcement. So what was going on here? Like, I try to play this in my mind, like, what could have happened that made him do this here? And I can't figure, even the car was dark. Even if the shit was dark, you still ain't gonna shoot blind in the car. I've been in situations where it was dark, my flashlight died, and the cat was shooting at us. And when I put my flashlight on him, he was loading his gun. He had 2 guns, he was reloading. But I didn't take the shot, goddammit, because I couldn't see him. So even if it's dark, it's still no excuse. Like, it's still no excuse. Like, wait, this. Okay, so I work with a lot of cats. They came from the suburbs. A lot of white boys. A lot of white boys were scary as shit. They had fear in their heart. They were feared. They were scared of you brothers from the hood. I'm telling you right now. They scared as hell of you. And the only thing they knew they had against you was the fact that they could pull a firearm and shoot you. Or shoot at you. And in their mind and their eyes legally. They really were afraid. This goes back to a lot of things that this country is built on. When I went into our precious military and I found out by having classes, they really wanted brothers from the ghetto because of how we was raised. That hard, tough stuff you got in the ghetto you come from, they wanted you in the military. Because they knew you could take some hard stuff. But we got to have the Edomite over them. Can't let them lead themselves. But we want them because of what they've been through. They've been afraid of us for a very, very long time. I've been through that. I had to tell one cat, man, listen, you got me. I said, he called, and his voice was so high, like he had a high octane like Mariah Carey. And we went flying because we thought something was going on. You know what? Nothing going on. He had a regular car stop. It was a regular car stop, but he was so goddamn paranoid.
Just scared.
So I waited after. I said, man, listen, man, if you afraid, then don't do no more cars. Don't do this shit out. You will get somebody hurt flying to help you, thinking you something happened to you, and everything is good. He looking at us like we crazy. Like, wow, all these cars coming. Nigga, you just get a high octane on the radio. That's a key thing. So I say all that to say, I think about what happened. I can't see why this cat still shot through the car. And if they protecting him, then that means he has somebody as a relative on that's like a commander or something. He knows somebody that's high up. And they already knew what kind of officer he was. This ain't the first time he's done something dumb. Or something that can get somebody hurt. They've been knew it. So now they got to protect him because now they stay behind on the line as well. So they got to back him and protect him.
And if I could, also too, they put so low value on us, it really don't matter to them. You know what I mean? Like if it come down to them shooting us by mistake, well, it's a nigga. So it ain't that, you know what I mean? It's not that expensive an issue if you do that in their case, which is what they do, which is evil as hell. And let me tell you something, that'll only change when we put value on us. Like we keep forgetting we could do whatever we want with us. If we decide if black people decide we ain't gonna allow no more drugs to be sold in black neighborhoods, we'll end it. Latinos, Native Indians, we could just end it. It may not look like it, but you have more power than you ever think. You have to fight the CIA, of course, because they want to keep selling drugs in your neighborhood.
Just lost the sound,
corrupt cops. But it's gonna have to be done.
Lost the sound.
Mayak lost sound, fam.
I think he said you lost sound.
Me? Y'all lost me? Mayak, can you hear me? I think we lost Mayak. Hello? 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'm good. All right, y'all get Mayak up then. Let me read one more point. Madara said this. A white man just attacked a 15-year-old boy, a Gadite. A 15-year-old boy, a Gadite, tried to rip his braids out, hit him with a golf cart. Damn, tried to run him over multiple times, and further assaulted him. If we want to protect our babies, we got to get into the UPK. Damn right. Let me tell you something. That is so right. And once again, you only going to do that to somebody if you don't believe the repercussions are going to be that serious. Like you ain't going to hit nobody with no golf cart. try to run them over twice, try to rip their braids out of their hair, unless you feel there's no repercussion. If you think there's no repercussion, you'll try it. The first drop of a dime.
General, I know one time, this is when we was in classes. I had met y'all and I started taking classes, and the brotherhood classes, you hit me that scripture about man, what's the one you hit me with? And I remember, I believe I forgot the shit. Where the guy said, this do what's right and take no more, don't do wrong to people.
That was John the Revelator.
Yes, sir.
Which was so damn heavy.
Yeah.
Full of you die.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of that scripture. So I get a call. Everybody from Philly know 46 and Market get a call, robbery, pointed gun. And I pull up and I get up and I see the cat, right? I see a cat fit the description. I hop on my car and he got 2 boulders in his pocket, 2 boulders. And he had his hand on one of them. So I saw it. It was like, all this happened within seconds. I said, all right, that's the hand that got the gun. I hop out, I get on with a young brother. You can tell almost, a cat that's a career criminal, a cat you're going to end up fighting, y'all going to end up scrapping, y'all going to get it on. Or a cat who don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's out here and he's just doing some made a mistake. I knew he wasn't no career criminal. I knew he was making a mistake. I read his whole persona. So I jammed my hand in his pocket. I felt the gun in his hand. He couldn't get it. He tried to run. I ain't let him run. I grabbed him. I threw him on top of the hood of the car. I looked at him. I just laid on top of him. Now, at first, I could have scrubbed him. Easy. I laid on top of the brother and called it. I said 46 a market, 46 a market. And cats came flying in. Now, he was the one who did it. The young brother, the sisters were so good. I thank the Lord for this here. And I thank for the classes because, the other side is what they try to teach you and put in your head. But it was combating what I was learning from y'all. So that was stopping me from a lot of things. So kind of find out. I take the gun off of him. I go to unclear the firearm. He had a little small 25. He had the bullets in backwards.
Good night.
I said, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck?
Good
night. I'm like, hold up. The bullet. I'm like, hold up. Why can't I clear this shit? And I finally get it clear. The bullet in the backwards.
He a more danger to himself. You getting, all available units, Meanwhile, this nigga finna kill himself with the damn 25.
And I'm like, wow. And then, I get him in the car. He stopped bawling, crying. He said, man, I ain't want to do this, man. I live right over in the projects. I ain't got no money, no job. My baby mama, my ear, I ain't got no money. We need food. I had to come do something, but I got this gun from somebody. I don't know what I'm doing, man. He was crying.
Right, because of course you starving him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Black man get a felony, that's it. Yeah. If you don't get there's only two things you could do once you get a felony. Yeah. You either get a license to do something, or you got to get a career when you get a college degree where your career will allow them to bypass your felony.
Yes, sir.
If you don't get one of them 2 things, you relegated to some menial job, or if a job at all, for pretty much the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And of course, white people don't even come up on their radar when black people say, man, I ain't had no job, I ain't had no way to survive. You know what I'm saying? And they did something. If you ever watched the TV series The Wire, they put so much of the evil witchcraft that is done to us in that movie. There's a scene, I remember it like it was yesterday, with the young girl, the young dyke type of girl. And she's in there and and one of the cops say something to her like, why you do this? Like, why you keep doing this? And she said, you got a better way for me to eat? Like, in essence, telling young brothers and sisters, go become a drug dealer because there's really no better way for you to eat. And we walk around with that kind of, brainwashing, and we be believing that you got to sell drugs. Yeah. When you don't have to sell drugs, we can come together. Yep. Coming together is how you going to really survive, because it's going to be worse when you get locked up. Like, you sell drugs and get locked up and they take the drug money, raid your house and take your little stash. You're going to be in jail facing drug charges with no money. Yeah. With no money. It's going to be hell. They're going to take that money out, steal it. The sheriff going to steal half before he even turn it in. Before it even make the evidence locker, he done broke his piece off. might give the judge a little taste because the judge is running the record. Now, if he give the judge a little taste, you think you going home? Yeah, what lawyer you got? You going to plead out. Why are you going to plead out? Because the judge is going to make sure you don't have a chance but to bleed out. And what happens is like guerrilla warfare being done to us. They increase and increase while starve us more and more and more with rules and laws and so forth. And as a result, here's where we end up. We don't have to do none of that. And another thing, man, like on the same avenue, Black people, Latino people, Native Indian, you got to free your mind. Your mind is trapped in this place. Like you believe certain things you cannot do. You believe certain, you know how many times I done traveled places with brothers and one of the brothers say to me, man, I never thought I was going to get out of my hood. Y'all heard that before? Yeah. I know many times you talk to a brother, he was like, man, I never thought I would ever get out of my hood because you be so conditioned to just be trapped in this place that you don't even think about what's going on outside of it because you too stressed out trying to maintain what's going on right here, which is the point of this evil place. You know what I mean? Which is the point, which once again, then once they got you at that point, then they bring in the other nations and they just come and eat you up, and there's nothing left of you. Right. And then stupid ass white boys gonna put on cream colored masks and ride the fucking subway talking about 1776. You know what I mean? You like 1776 my ass, nigga. I can't get a bag of chips from the corner store. Fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's a damn joke, man. It's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all.
One more thing, just water.
Most on Christ.
And for people who, you know, when critics listen, when you respond to jobs, some jobs you respond different ways. I can't nowhere in my mind think about back when I was working on that job. Responding, thinking about I'm gonna use deadly force on somebody who stole Pampers. If the call came out stolen Pampers, or they stole Pampers, this is almost like a well-being check or something like that. There's no reason to escalate anything. Take your time, find out what's going on, you know, go through the proper things, find out what's going on for the store, for the people. Be real smooth and cool. You can get it over and done with. It ain't no man with a gun, fight, shots fired, robbery, pointed gun. There's none of that. This is just a call for Pampers. Are you kidding me? Even if it's a theft call for Pampers, okay, fine, it's cool.
You in there, guns blazing. You know what I mean? They'd have called you for the you know what I mean? For the Huggies.
Yeah.
You guns blazing. Who got the Huggies? Where they at? Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Go murder somebody's child for that.
A 1-year-old baby.
Huggies missing.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Fuck it. And listen, I was an instructor for law enforcement as well.
Damn
right. And I
right.
know the rules on how you supposed to pull your firearm and how you supposed to do it and what reasons. And they got a chart, they got a table that you can come in on any job on any given thing on how to come into a job with the tools you have on your belt. They tell you all the time the gun has to be the last thing because you can't really come down from that.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? You show your hand when you first thing you do is pulling the gun. They know you're punk, you're scared. Now you can go down to the spray. Like it makes no sense. You work your way up to it. You know what I mean? But then even with that, you got de-escalate the situation. What makes you pull? What makes a theft of Pampers turn into a 1-year-old baby dying because a cop shot into a car? You kidding me? Shot into the car. Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense. That one young brother who I stopped, right after that, I got hurt on my job and I was off the job. My job was calling me to go to court. I had about 6 cases. They were all felonies. It was either guns or robberies or drugs, all felonies. And I couldn't go to court for none of them. They was calling me. I said, I can't go. Then the DA's office started calling me. This is 88 so-and-so. We need you. I said, listen, I'm out. I said, I'm off the job. I got hurt. I'm injured. I can't. You have to contact my lawyer. And they kept calling me. Why? Because without me, there is no job. I'm the arresting officer. So now I knew that going in, and all I could think was, I hope that I pray that that brother changed his life. Left him in the streets alone, and all the other cats left him alone. You know what I mean? Did what they had to do. A couple of cats was on parole or whatever. They got jammed up. But other cats who didn't, they basically really got off. You understand what I'm saying? But I still can't. I keep thinking about this story. Damn Pampers. Are you kidding me?
You know what I mean?
Somebody stole some damn Pampers, and now a 1-year-old baby got shot and killed.
And
yes, sir.
If I could, Haas, and this is something that Black people and Latino people, you better learn this, because we come into this time a ton. A great majority of these incidents happen simply because some white woman felt like lying. You know how many brothers done been lynched, killed, murdered? Emmett Till. How many of them been murdered because some disgusting Karen, as they call them today, turned around and picked up the phone and lied on somebody, like they lied on this sister and said she stole the Pampers. Meanwhile, they just happened to see her, probably saw her beautiful child, saw her upbeat, supporting the kid, buying Pampers, living her life, living her best life, while this white dog is sitting in Walmart working the register. Man left her, 10 cases of beers back, left her ass, and now she's miserable in the house by herself. You know what I'm saying? And see this Black woman, beautiful, built, with children, producing, and just look at her and feel cheated out of life because you went to take her life and you ended up losing yours. So what does she do? Pick up the phone and call the cops and tell a lie and say it in such a way that rattles, that makes them come running to come do some harm. Make the Black woman look like she's some, drug addict. This woman, I think she's on drugs. I don't know what it is. She ran out of here, refused to pay, took the Pampers. That's how they call. Meanwhile, the woman in high heels and walking with her beautiful children and so forth, but they'll make it like you are some crazy radical Black person. So now here they come, guns blazing, halfway simple, and shoot right into the damn car. Here's what Arawaja said again, Arawaja Bun God. He said, Zechariah 11:5, whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, this is a heavy thing right here. This here is some heavy brainwashing. Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. They know you ain't got no Black leadership. They know you don't have any Black leadership, and that your own leaders have no pity on you. So they'll just do whatever it takes to run them down the road. And that's why, can I just make it one more point?
Yes, sir.
And that's why I respect those people that make them podcasts about Hollywood and about them actors wearing dresses and all of that, because they understand those are leaders that don't give a damn about us. How you gonna be a Black man with all of our legacy still putting on a dress because white people ask you to do it? You go put on a dress, never saying to yourself, how horrible is it that you wear a dress and our sons have to see that? Our sons have to experience that. Same with the music. Transvestites and like Michael Jackson and fags like Prince and others, you turn around and promoted them, and Black leaders never came up against it. Never pushed back against it. Nobody ever would say anything wrong about Michael Jackson till the Israelite school of UPK did.
That's right.
It was like taboo to say. I remember I would ask girls way back in the day, do you think Michael Jackson is gay? Oh, please. No, he ain't gay. No, he ain't gay. I wasn't sure about the story with the molesting of the children until I saw the letters. When I saw the letters, you saw the letters. Once I saw the letters, you didn't have to convince me no more. Them letters was good grooming letters. This is how you would groom a child to be molested, was in them letters and what those things that he was saying. And we promoted that transvestite like he was the greatest thing on earth. When meanwhile, that same type of promotion is what's destroying us. It's what's allowing us to be destroyed. So of course, some white person could come along and just say anything about us and ruin our life, ruin this sister's life just off of jealousy. Just off of jealousy. Once again, last point. That's why I admire, no, that's a lie. I don't admire them. But that's why I clearly see the strategy of the Orientals. They do not flash in front of the other nations. You go way up in the suburbs where they live, with they big houses from them little Chinese restaurants, that's when you see them in expensive jewelry. That's when you see them with all designer clothes, head to toe, all designer clothes. But when they down in the city, they consider that joint like work. They in a pair of dirty ass gray sweatpants with a damn Mao Zedong vest, like they about to go work in the rice paddies. And that's how they running their businesses, and they don't show them nothing because they don't want white people getting jealous and turning on them, and black people either. And that's why it never seems like, no matter how long the Chinese restaurant has been there, it never seems like they making any money. They make it their business not to upgrade the Chinese restaurant. When they get a certain age old, they keep it dirty and destroyed. They don't change that because that's part of how they make their money. If they renewed it and put new lighting and changed the awning and all that, after a while, you'd be like, oh, it's nice in there. They must be getting some money. Meanwhile, they leave it exactly like that and leave all of them exactly like that. So no matter which one you go to, it look like a damn rat hole. And you go in there and get your food and they get rich. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, John, that's I never thought about that.
Yeah, like
I remember always going to the spot always look dirty and fucked up and shit. You know what I mean?
Like, and let me tell you something. It's heavy you say that because as black people, we have such poor leadership. Don't nobody nobody bring out how these things are being done like a real strategy. Like they ain't just coming to America, getting a loan, opening a Chinese like the minority try to tell you. You understand? This is organized, mob-tied business operations on how to rob black people. Go to look at the liquor stores. They liquor stores out is in some of the most dangerous hoods you have ever seen. And they set that plexiglass up and they quiet about them. You don't know how they take their money in and out. You don't know how they move with their vehicles. You don't know none of that stuff. But meanwhile, they sitting right dead in the middle of the hood. And that plexiglass is thick enough to stop a shotgun shell. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got a full strategy. But where's ours? Our strategy is just to get emotional and attack one another or attack one of the other tribes or one of the other tribes attacking us. That's our strategy. And it's bad business. And it only comes because we got bad, horrible leadership. And if you don't pick your leaders, the white man will pick them for you. Like you're supposed to look at leaders and say, that dude over there is radical. But I like what he's saying. He's teaching that. We're gonna support him. Now, when the white man come along and say, he's not right, he's too radical, he's too this and that, what the fuck do you care for? He fighting for you. You're supposed to be like, well, we don't care. We picking him. Now you got to deal with him. But instead, you go get rid of that leader and let them give you a Martin Luther King. And then you wonder why we getting wiped the hell out. We got to fight for better among us as a people, man. We can't just let it go just like that. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'm going to yield your diet, man. We pushed it long, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us up in here tonight and running so late. Big shout out to my heavy hitters in there. General Muhammad, give it up, yeah. Heavy hitting, boy. Did a hell of a class in Nashville. Meant to tell you, man, congratulations again. Blew out Nashville, something real, man. It was lively as hell. Big shout out to General Micah. Allah came all the way out Nashville as well. You understand? It really rocked out with us out there. Big shout out to General Hazard Young up in the building with us as well. And of course, the absolute best Blackwatch crew in the world. Officer Morale, Officer Yediah, Officer Mathumyard, and Officer Bob, who's on leave right now, man, holding it down. Big shout out to all you brothers and sisters out there. Big shout out to all those, you know what I'm saying? I'm beginning to know the names all in the chat, man. A lot of y'all officers and stuff and other brothers and sisters chiming in, man. Really appreciate the love. We'll see y'all next time live on the UPK. Monday and Wednesday night, y'all, 9 p.m. Let's get it, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Babylon is falling. listen to bullshit.